Okay, good afternoon to all. We'll start with global marketing communication decisions. Learning objectives for today's sessions are define sales promotion and identify the important promotion tactics and tools used by global marketers. List the steps in a strategic or consulting selling model. Then explain the contingency factors that must consider when making decisions about Salesforce nationality. Explain direct marketing advantages and identify the most common types of direct marketing channels. We'll identify special forms of marketing communication and explain how global marketers integrate them into the overall promotional mix. So we'll start with sales promotion. So sales promotion refers to any paid consumer or trade communication program of limited duration that adds tangible value to a particular product or brand. In a price promotion, tangible value may take a form of price reduction or maybe coupon or email in refund. Non-price promotion may take form of free samples, premiums, maybe buy one get one free, various offers, sweepstakes and contests. So this price promotion can be promotion, sales promotion can be price promotion related to directly money or maybe some benefits which are non-price promotions. So also there are consumer trade sales promotion or trade sales promotions are also there. So consumer sales promotion may be designed to make the consumers aware of the new product, to stimulate the non-users to sample an existing product, or to increase the overall consumer demand. Trade sales promotions are designed to increase the product availability in distribution channel. At many companies, expenditures for sales promotion activities have surpassed the expenditures for media advertising. At any level of expenditure, however, sales promotion is the or only one of the several marketing communication tools. Sales promotion, various plans and programs should be integrated to coordinate with those for advertisement, then personal relationships and personal selling as well. Worldwide, several explanations have been offered for increasing popularity of the sales promotion as a marketing communication tool. As we know, there are four P's of marketing: price, product, place, and promotion. In addition to providing a tangible incentives to buyers, sales promotion also reduce to perceived risk buyers may associate with the purchasing the product. From the point of view of the marketers, sales promotion provides accountability. The manager in charge of the promotion can immediately track its results. Overall, the promotional spending is increasing at many companies as they shift advertising spending away from their traditional print or broadcast advertising. Sweepstakes, rebates, and other promotional tools may require consumers to divulge their personal information that the companies can add to their database. For example, the French Ministry of Agriculture recently launched a global promotion aimed at boosting exports of French wines and cheese, acknowledging that some consumers are uh, French heritage. They are following the French heritage. The ministry sponsored the promotion to demonstrate that French cuisine can be relaxed and laid back. So one of the food marketing company, Spofixa. So it was the food manufacturing company was hired to organize the various cocktail parties in 19th century, including Canada, Spain, and United States. So what they have did is the House Party Incorporation, an American marketing firm, promoted their US parties through its website. Would be host registered online from the applicant pool. House party chose 1,000 people. The winners receive discount coupons goods for purchasing their French cheese, etc., and French beverages. They also entitled free gifts when ordering French cheese from their selective websites. Each winner also receive a basket of party supplies, including the Cross-Crew and apparel, etc. So in return, the host agreed to take photos and blog about their parties. After the parties, host answered questionnaire to provide the sponsors with the feedback about the feature, food, and cheese, etc. Finally, in sales promotion on the party related to fetch goods were featured at various shops and supermarkets. So this was the promotional activity or unique activity that was carried out by the company, and they have taken help from House Party Incorporation. So a global company can sometimes leverage the experience gained in one country market and use it in another country market. For example, PepsiCo experienced great success in Latin America uh, with its contest called Numero Mania. So when the soft drinks sale stalled in Poland in the mid 1990s, Pepsi rolled out this Numero Mania contest there. So lured by the promise of the big cash prizes, many economically squeezed Poles rushed out to buy the Pepsi so that they could enter to that particular contest. So it was successful marketing strategy by them. So integration and international managers can learn about the American style of promotion strategies and tactics by attending seminars such as those offered by the Promotional Marketing Associations of America, that is PMAA. Sometimes adaptation to the country-specific conditions is required. For example, TV advertisement in France cannot have the movie tails. So ad must design focus the promotion rather than the movie. Such regulations would have an impact on Disney, for example. So this particular table, so sales promotions by global marketers. So in the left hand side, you are having the company or country market for promotion and what promotional activities they have undergone. That is displayed in this particular table, sales promotion by global marketers. So Walt Disney Company, that in China, so to fight the counterfeiting, the Disney Magical World promotion was key to mail hologram stickers on genuine Disney products. Participants could win Disney TVs, television sets, DVDs, and trips to Hong Kong Disneyland. The company called Mars Global. So the Global Color Vote promotion invites consumer in 200 countries to vote whether the new M&M candy. So M&M candy is like melt in your mouth type of chocolates type of things. So they are also producing candies as well. Should be purple, aqua, or pink in color, and uh, with in this particular contest, the purple color one. So that was the contest and advertisement done by the Mars Global. Also, we are having the Guinness that is worldwide. So Author Day uh, concern series honored the 250th anniversary of Author Guinness, founded of the Dublin island-based Guinness Brewery. So these are the various sales promotion activities done by the global marketers. So as with the other aspects of marketing communication, a key issue is whether headquarters should direct promotion or directly do the promotional efforts or leave them to the local country managers or not. The authors of one of these study noted that Nestle and the large companies that once had the polycentric approach to the consumers and trade sales promotion have redesigned their efforts. Kashni and Quelchi identified four factors that contributes to more headquarters involvement in the sales promotion efforts. That includes cost, complexity, then global branding and transactional trade. So these four are listed here on the screen. At sales promotion command ever larger budget allocation, headquarters naturally takes a great interest. The formulation, implementation, and follow-up of the promotional program may require skills that local managers lack. Increasing importance of the global brands justifies the headquarters' involvement to maintain consistency from country to country. and to ensure that the successful local promotional programs are leveraged in other markets. As mergers and acquisitions led to increase the concentration in the retail industry, and as the industry globalizes, retailers will seek coordinated promotional program from their suppliers. The level of headquarters involvement notwithstanding, in most of the local managers in the market know the specific local situation. They should be consulted before a promotion is launched. A number of factors must be taken into account when determining the context or determining the extent to which the promotion must be localized. We can take quick examples like in countries with low levels of economic development, low income limit the range of promotional tools available. In such countries, free samples, demonstrations are more likely to be used than the coupons and on-pack premiums. Also, market maturity can also be different from country to country. Consumer sampling and coupons are appropriate in growing markets, but mature markets might require trade allowances or loyalty programs. Local perception of a particular promotional tool or program can vary. Japanese consumers, for example, are reluctant to use coupons at their checkout counter. A particular premium can be seen as a waste of money. Similarly, local regulations may rule out the use of particular promotion in certain countries, and we'll just list out a few of the things. After 2-3 minutes, I will just explain that list. So, regulation governing the coupon distribution in several countries. So, trade structure in retailing industry can affect the use of sales promotion. For example, in United States and parts of Europe, the retailing industry is highly concentrated. That is dominated by a few key players like Walmart and all. This situation requires significant promotional activity at both trade and consumer level. By contrast, in the countries where retailing is more fragmented, Japan is the case in point, there is less pressure to engage the promotional activities. Sampling. Sampling is a sales promotion technique that provides potential customers with the opportunity to try their product or service at no cost, that is zero cost. Uh, Mark Pritchard, who was the vice president of global cosmetics and personal care at Procter and Gamble, noted recently that the most fundamental things that consumers want to try before they buy. A typical sample is an individual portion of the consumer's packed goods, such as breakfast cereals or maybe shampoo, cosmetics, or detergent, distributed through the mail or door to door or at a retail location. 50 years ago, one of the brand soya sauce, the name was Kikuman, was unknown in United States. So the honorary CEO and chairman and board of directors, Yuza Bureau, he took part in a sampling program that Kiko Man has started in American supermarket. So after that, they have passed out approximately free samples to the foods seasoned with the Kiko Man, and today the US markets account approximately 70% of the Kiko Man's profit from the international operations, and US market is contributing 70% of the total. So earlier it was the totally unknown brand, and after the of course they are maintaining quality, that is no doubt. But after that they have started doing the promotional activities through free sample, and they are successful. So the company continues to make extensive use of the shopper marketers as a communication tool. During grilling seasons, for example, Kikoman's promotional strategy calls for dispensing receipts of the marinades and coupons from shelf displays in the supermarkets meet aside. Uh, so the average cost per sample range from maybe $0.10 to half dollar. So 2 to 3 million samples are distributed in a typical sampling program. The cost is one of the major disadvantages associated with the sampling. Another problem is that sometimes difficult for managers to assess the contribution a sampling program makes on the return. If you have any doubt, just say the after that. Okay. So as I said that sampling is okay, and we have seen the Kikoman's example, but it is costly. Okay. So today many companies utilizes event marketing and sponsorship to distribute the samples at the concert, sports event, or maybe special events such as food festival or beverage festivals attended by large number of customers or large number of people. In the information age, sampling may also consist of its free viewing on the cable television or no trial subscription to an online customer service, etc. So here also I have seen that the Netflix, etc., or Amazon Prime. So first 30 days or first 3 days, maybe they are giving as trial, and in that trial you have to insert your payment details as well. Okay, so if you want to continue, then your payment details or etc. are already there. So directly you will get a link and you will just subscribe because you like the programs and all. So you just subscribe for a month and all. And next time onwards, you are the permanent customers of that Amazon Prime or Netflix. So in such a way, they are distributing some free viewing, etc. So it is possible in case of products. It is also possible in case of various services. So they are introducing with the free type of things. So compared with the other forms of marketing communication, this sampling is more likely result into actual trial of a product. So to ensure trial, consumer products companies are increasingly choosing a technique known as point of use sampling. For example, again, the Starbucks dispatches chill petrols in the summertime to pass out the samples of ice cold beverages like frappuccinos to overheat the consumers during the rush hours in the busy metropolitan areas. In the example of point of dirt sampling, Unilever recently hired a promotional marketing firm to pass out the Lever 2000 hand wipes in the food court and petting zoos. As Michael Murphy, who was the director of home and personal care promotions at Unilever, noted that we are getting smarter. You must be much more precise in what, where, and how you deliver your samples. So just a few last lines of sampling. Sampling can be especially important if the consumers are not pursued by claims made in the advertisement or the other channels. In China, for example, shoppers are reluctant to buy the full-sized package of imported consumer products that they haven't tried, especially because the price may be several times higher than the price of the local brands. Procter and Gamble's P&G's dominance in the China's shampoo market can be attributed to the company's skillful use of market segmentation coupled with an aggressive sampling program. Procter and Gamble offers four shampoo brands in China: Rejoice, Rejoice that is soft and beautiful hair. Then Pantene, Pantene is for nutrition. Then Head and Shoulders is for dandruff relief, and Vidal Sassoon, that is for fashion. So Procter and Gamble distributed in India. We are having Rejoice, Pantene, and Head and Shoulder. So Procter and Gamble distributed millions of free samples for its shampoo products. After the no risk trial, many consumers becomes the adapters, and they are now frequently buying the products of Procter and Gamble. So this is about the successful story of sampling. Next tool is couponing. So a coupon is a printed certificate that entitles the bearer to a price reduction or some other special consideration for purchasing a particular product or service. In the United States and Great Britain, marketers rely heavily on the newspaper to deliver coupons. Nearly 90% of the coupons are distributed in a printed ride-along vehicle known as a freestanding insert, that is FSI. Sunday papers carry the vast majority of FSI. On-pack coupons are attracted to or part of the product packages. They can frequently be redeemed immediately at the checkout points. So in-pack coupons or cross coupons are there. So in-pack coupons are placed inside the package. Coupons are also be handed out in the stores, offered on a self-service basis or from the on-shelf dispensers. Delivers to home by mail or distributed electronically at the checkout counters. Also, the number of coupons distributed through the internet is also growing. There is another version or category which is called as cross coupons. These cross coupons are distributed with one product but redeemable for another. For example, the toothpaste coupon might be distributed with a toothbrush. So United States leads the world in the number of coupons issued by a margin. So NCH Marketing Services, which tracks the coupon trends, reports that about 300 billion coupons are distributed in the United States in single year. So only about 1% are actually redeemed by the consumers. So online coupons distribution is growing at a rapid rate. Google is among the players of experimenting with them. So coupons are favorite promotional tools of the consumer packaged good companies such as Procter and Gamble and Unilever. The goal is to reward loyal users and loyal customers and stimulate the product trial by the non-users. In European Union, couponing is widely used in the United Kingdom and Belgium. Couponing is not as prevalent in Asian countries where saving face is important. Although Asian customers have a reputation of thriftiness, some are reluctant to use coupons because doing so might bring shame upon them or their families. So, according to Joseph, who teaches the basic promotion seminars for this PMA coupling, he said that coupling is the aspect of promotional mix for which uh, the practices in United States differ the most from those in the other countries. In the United States, couponing accounts for 70% of the consumer promotional spending. Elsewhere, the percentage is much lower. So, another form we have seen impact coupons, we have seen cross coupons, and another form is social couponing. Social couponing is one of the hottest online sales promotion trends today. Industry leaders Groupon offers its follows deal of the day coupon that are sponsored by the local businesses. Followers then share their experiences with the social networks. The local businesses gets the customers and the Groupon takes a share of the coupon uh, proceeds. Groupon has grown in a dizzying pace, expanding from one country to 35 in a single year. Much of the growth came through acquisition. By end of the year 2020, Groupon had more than 40 million users in 300 global markets. More than half of the Groupon's own website visits live in Europe. 33% are in North America. So, a key investor in Russia Internet Investing Group, Digital Sky Technologies. So, Groupon's founder recently rejected a 6 billion takeover offer from the Google. Now we are talking about various sales promotions. There are what are various issues and problems, as well as we'll talk about personal selling. So, as noted earlier, many companies are being more strategic in targeting their sampling programs. In the case of coupons, retailers must bundle the redeem coupons together and ship them to a processing point. Many times, coupons are not validated at the time of purchase. Fraudulent redemption costs the marketers hundreds of $1 million each year. Fraud can take the forms of coupons as well. For example, during the 2004 Super Bowl, the broadcast PepsiCo launched a joint promotion with Apple's iTunes Music Store. Apple planned to give away 100 million songs for free. That was the regular price was $1 or $0.99. So consumers could obtain a code from the caps of Pepsi bottles and enter the code online to qualify for the download. The promotion was designed so that everyone purchasing a bottle of Pepsi had a 1 in 3 chances of being a winner. However, many people discovered that by tilting the bottle to one side, they can tell whether the bottle was a winner or not. Moreover, they could read the code without having to pay for the Pepsi. So that was not taken care by the Pepsi. So that's why there was a issue in redeeming the coupons and sales promotion. So companies must take extreme care when formulating and executing the sales promotion. Similar thing I remember happened in the ISAR Telecom Retail Limited, where the promotional, if you are purchasing any mobile phone from that retail outlet, then you will get a scratch card coupon. Now with the scratch card, there were discounts of rupees minimum rupees 50 to maximum rupees 5,000 for each purchase. Now, what happened that there the salesperson, they were very smart, and they observed that in the LED light, the you can easily read the coupons. So whatever the coupons they were having, so if the coupons of 5,000 and 3,000 were there at the showroom, then they were taking those coupons aside, and they were giving those coupons specially to their friends and relatives, and everyone was the normal customers. So they were getting the scratch coupons, but they were getting the discounts of 50 or 100 rupees. And uh, the other customers, like relatives and friends, they were getting discounts of 3,000 or 4,000 rupees, etc. So actually, the idea was to get popularity, and the discount should be given to all the customers equally, but does not happen. So companies must take extra care with when formulating and executing the sales promotion. In some of the emerging markets, sales promotions efforts can raise the eyebrows if the companies appear to be exploiting regulatory loopholes and lack of customer resistance to intrusion. Now, sales promotions in Europe is highly regulated. Sales promotions are popular here because of the restrictions of broadcasting and advertisement. But promotions in the Nordic countries are subject to regulations. In such regulations are relaxed as the single market develops in Europe and are harmonized, companies may be able to roll out the pan-European promotions. Now, in recent studies examined coupon usage and attitude towards both coupons and sweepstakes in Taiwan, Thailand, and Malaysia. The study has particular relevance to the global companies that are targeting these and other developing nations in Asia. When customers have relatively little experience with coupons, the study utilized that Hofstede's social values framework as a guide. All three countries in the studies are collectivistic. The researcher found the positive attitude of the family members and society as a whole influenced an individual's positive attitude towards coupon and coupon usage. Personal selling. Personal selling is a person to person communication between a company representative and a prospective buyer. The buyer's communication effort is focused on informing and persuading the prospect, with the short-term goal of making a sale and long-term goal of building a relationship with the buyer. The salesman's job is to correctly understand the buyer's need, match those needs to the company's products, and then pursue to the customers to buy. Because selling provides a two-way communication channel, it is especially important in marketing industrial products that may be expensive and technologically complex. Sales promotion can often provide headquarters with important customer feedback that can be used in design and engineering decisions. Effective personal selling in salesperson country requires building a relationship with the customer. Global marketing presents additional challenges because the buyers and sellers may come from different nations or cultural background. Despite such challenges, it is difficult to overstate the importance of a face-to-face personal selling efforts for industrial products in global market. For example, when Spain's Iberia Airlines was modernizing its long-haul fleet, salesperson from Boeing and rival Airbus meet numerous times with the Eric Dupuy Le Mon, that was the Iberia's chief financial officer. At stake was 12 planes order worth rupees about $2 billion. So, after a few months meeting and revised proposals, Airbus was awarded the contract. So, personal selling is also a popular marketing tool in many countries with various restrictions on advertising. It is difficult to obtain permission to present the product comparisons in the type of advertising in Japan. In such environment, personal selling is the best way to provide the hard-hitting, side-by-side comparisons of the competing products. Personal selling is also used frequently in countries where low wages rates allow large local sales forces to be hired. For example, HBO built its core subscriber in Hungary by selling door-to-door marketing or personal selling. The cost effectiveness of personal selling in certain parts of the world has been a key driver behind the decisions at many US based firms to begin marketing products and services overseas. A company is more likely to test a new territory or product in the entry price is relatively low. Yes. For example, uh, some high-tech firms have utilized the lower-cost sales promotion in Latin America to introduce new product features to their customers. Only if the response is favorable to the firms commit major resources to a US rollout. So, the risk inherent in establishing a personal selling structure overseas remain today. The critical issue is not whether the country sales and marketing people can provide more benefit than the remote force. It's given that the vast majority of the scenarios they can. The issue is whether the country team should consist of in-country nationals or expatriates, that is expats, that is employee who can send from their respective countries to work abroad. It should be noted that many of the environmental issues and challenges identified in this particular chapter often surfaces as the company competes in initial stage of implementing a personal selling strategy. Now, these initial stages of implementing a personal selling strategy includes political risk, regulatory hurdles, then currency fluctuation and market unknown. So we'll see one by one. So, what are political risks? Unstable or corrupt governments can completely change the rules of the sales team. Establishing new operations in a foreign country is especially tricky if a cop is imminent or if the dictator demands certain considerations. So today, for example, Colombia offers a great market potential and its government projects and image openness. This is not always the case. In the not so distant past, many companies found that unspoken rules of the cabal to be an inordinately burdensome. So, in a country ruled by the dictatorship, the target audiences and accompanying messages of the sales efforts tend to be far narrower and restricted because government planners mandate how business will be conducted. Firms selling in Hong Kong were concerned that China would impose its will and dramatically alter the personal selling after the transfer of power in 1997. So next is regulatory hurdles. Governments sometimes set a quota system or impose tariff that affect the entering the foreign market sales force. In part, the government considers such actions to be an easy way of source of revenue, but even not important, the policymakers want to ensure that the sales team from the local firms remain a competitive edge in term uh, of what they can offer at what price. So regulation can also take the form of rules and restrict certain types of sales activities. So in 1998, for example, the Chinese government banned door-to-door selling, actively blocking the Yvonne's business model. Avon responded to establish a network of the store representatives. In 2006, direct selling was legalized. CEO Zheng expected that China would soon be adding $1 billion a year to Avon's bottom lines. As it turns out, however, Avon was incurred losses in China in connection with the transition away from the stores to the direct sales business model, compounding the situation in a bribery scandal that originated in China and spread to the other markets as well. The ongoing investigation has tarnished the company's reputation and cost tens of millions of dollars. Next is currency fluctuation. There have been many instances where a company's sales force has been uh, derailed not by the ineffectiveness of the lack of the market opportunity but by fluctuating currency values. In the mid 1980s, the example of Caterpillar's global market. Uh, so global market share declined when the dollar strength allowed Komatsu to woo the US customer away. Then, while Caterpillar's management team was preoccupied with the domestic issues, competitors chipped away at the firm's position in the global markets. Last is market unknowns. When a company enters a new region of the market, its selling strategy may unravel because of a lack of knowledge to the market conditions. The expected way of doing business or the positioning of its country competitors when a game plan is finally crafted to counter the obstacles, it is sometimes too late for the company to proceed. However, it, if the management devotes the inordin- uh, inordinate amount of time conducting the market research prior to entry, it may discover that the windows of opportunity has been lost to a fast moving competitor that did not fall victim to the analysis paralysis syndrome. Thus, it is difficult to make the generalize about the optimum time to a new entry, to a new market entry. All these challenges can be overcome or at least minimized. Personal selling endeavors can be implemented with the aid of tool which is known as strategic setting model or consultative setting model. So just look at this figure, just carefully read the things. I will just come back within 30 seconds. So this particular figure shows the strategic consultative selling model, which has gained wide acceptance in United States. So this model consists of five interdependent steps, each with three prescriptions that can serve as the checklist for the sales personnel. So many US companies have begun developing the global markets and have established face-to-face sales team either directly using their own personnel or indirectly through the contracted sales agents. As the result, the strategic consulting selling model is increasingly used on a worldwide basis. The key to ensuring that the model produces the desired outcome, that is building quality relationships and partnerships with its customer. That is, it has to be implemented and followed on a consistent basis. This is far more difficult to achieve with international sales team than it is with US based units that are much more accessible to corporate headquarters. So the steps are develop personal selling philosophy, develop a relationship strategy, and so on. So we'll just elaborate that. So first, a sales representative must develop a personal selling philosophy. This requires a commitment to the marketing concept and willingness to adopt the role of problem solver or partner in helping the customers. A sales professional must be secure in the belief that selling is a valuable activity. The second step is to develop the relationship strategy, which is a game plan for establishing and maintaining the high quality relationship with the prospects and the customers. The relationship strategy provides a blueprinting for creating the rapport and mutual trust that will serve as the basis of the lasting partnership. This step connects sales personnel directly to the concept of relationship marketing, an approach that stresses the importance of developing long-term partnership with the customers. Many US-based companies have adopted the relationship marketing approach to selling in the American market. It is equally relevant, and perhaps even more so, to any company hoping to achieve the success in global marketing. In developing personal and relationship strategies on an international level, the representative is wise to take a step back and understand how these strategies will likely fit in the foreign environment. For example, an aggressive that I will do whatever it takes to get your business is the worst possible approach in some culture. Even though in many large US cities it would be viewed as the standard or even preferred practice. This is why the prudent of the company's sales management has and sales rip companies to invest the time and energy necessary to learn about the global markets in which they will be selling. In many countries, people have only understanding of the sales techniques, acceptance of those techniques may be low as well. A sophisticated sales campaign that excels in a US state may never hit the market in other countries. In country, experts such as the consultants or agents can be excellent sources of the real world intelligence that can help a sales rep to create an effective international relationship strategy. Such people are increasingly helpful force if the sales force will include many expertise who will have the resident nationals as the colleagues who they can turn to for the advice. Sales representative must understand the patience and willingness to assimilate the host country host country norms and customers are important attributes in developing the relationship built. In the same figure, we are having the third step, that is developing a product strategy, results in a plan that can assist the sales representative in selecting and positioning the products that will satisfy the customer needs. A sales professional must be an expert who possesses not only a deep understanding of the features and attribute to each product he or she represents, but also an understanding of competitive offerings. That understanding is are then used to position the product and communicate benefits that are relevant to the customer's wants and needs. As with the selling philosophy, the relationship strategy, this step must include the comprehensive of the target market's characteristics and the fact that prevailing needs and wants uh, may mandate the products that are different than those offered in the home country. Until recently, the most of the American companies engaged in international selling offered products rather than the services. So, in short, we can say that the final step for the actual face-to-face selling situation requires the presentation strategy. So, this consists of the setting the objectives for sales call and establishing a presentation plan to meet those objectives. The presentation strategy must be based on the sales representative commitment to provide the outstanding service to the customers. Now, next figure. This figure shows when the five strategies are integrated with an appropriate personal selling philosophy. This result in high quality partnership. So in center you are having building quality partnerships, and the rest fours are the relationship strategy, presentation strategy is last, customer strategy and product strategy. So the presentation plan uh, that is the heart of the presentation strategy is typically divided into six stages. That is approach, then presentation, demonstration, negotiation, closing, and serving the sales. So that is shown in this next figure. So these are the approach step number one, two, three, four, five, and six. So step number one is approach. Step number two is presentation. Step number three is demonstration. Step number four, negotiation. Step number five, close. And step number six is serving the sales. So several times already, the global salesperson must understand the cultural norms and a proper protocol, from the proper exchange of business cards to the volume of one's voice during the discussion to the level of eye contact made with the decision makers. In some countries, the approach is drawn out as the buyer gets to know or takes the measures of the salesperson on a personal level. with no mention on the pending deals. In some instances, the presentation comes only after the repo has been firmly established. In some regions of Latin America and Asia, the repo development may take weeks or even months. The customer may place more importance on what occurs following work than what is accomplished during the formal work hours, that is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the six-step representation plan. The first step is approach. This approach is the sales representative initial contact with the customers or the prospect. The most crucial element in this step is to completely understand the decision making process and roles of the each participants, such as decision maker or maybe blocker or ally or influencer. In some societies, it is difficult to identify the highest ranking individuals based on observable behavior during the group meeting. This crucial bit of strategic information often is uncovered only after the sales rep has spent considerably time developing report and getting to know the overall customer organization from various perspectives and in various contexts. In the next step, that is presentation step, the prospect needs to be access and match to the company's products. To communicate effectively with a foreign audience, the style and message of the presentation must be carefully thought out. In United States, the presentation is typically designed to sell and pursue, whereas in intent of the international version should be to educate and inform. High pressure tactics rarely succeed in global selling, despite the fact that they are natural components of many American sales pitches. The message is equally critical because that may be regarded as fully acceptable in United States discussion, may either offered or confuse the overseas sales audience. The numerous examples of this occurred during a session between the representation from the Adolf Courier's company and the foreign prospect. So the next step is the demonstration, that is sales demonstration, during which a salesperson has an opportunity to tailor the communication efforts to the customer and alternately tell and show how the product can meet the customer needs. This step represents one of the personal selling's importance advantages as a promotional tool. The prospect's senses become involved, and he or she can actually see the product in action. He maybe touch it, test it, hear it, or may, as the case may be. Then, during the presentation stage, the prospect may express the concerns or objections with the product itself, maybe the price or some other aspects of the sale. Dealing with the objections in an international selling is a learned art. In some cases, this is simply part of the sales ritual, and this customer expects the representation to be prepared for a lively debate on the pros and cons of the product in question. Negotiation is required to ensure that both customers and salespersons come away from the presentations as winners. Experienced American sales representatives knows the persistence during the negotiation stage is one of the tactics often needed to win the order in United States. However, some of the foreign customers consider American style of the persistence, that is, inferring the one arm twisting rude and offensive. This can end the negotiations quickly, or the worst case, such behavior can take on a display of self perceived American superiority. which then must be countered aggressively or brought out as an imminent or incorporate applications of the American-style negotiation tactics has blocked some US sales representatives attempting to assertively close the deals with the Canadian companies. Having completed the negotiation steps, sales representative is able to move on the next close and thus ask for the old order. Then attitude towards the degree of bluntness that is acceptable in making this request vary among the countries. In Latin America, a bold closing statement is respected, whereas in Asia it is something that must be done with some defense or difference towards the decision makers. As with the objection handling and with negotiation, the close is the selling skills that comes with both knowledge and experiences in the global business and sales. The final step is receiving or serving the sell, servicing the sales. Sorry. So a successful sale does not end when the order is written. To ensure the customer satisfaction with the purchase and implement the process must be outlined and a customer service program established. So implementation can be complicated because of the logisticals and transportation issues as well as potential problems with the in-country resources to handle the necessary steps. So we are having the transportation alternatives that we have previously discussed in the last lectures. We are having the railway, then air, then truck, water by road, etc. Decisions regarding the resources for implementing an after-sale service are similar to the decisions about the personal selling structure described in the following paragraph. So there are cost benefits to using in the country nation for implementation, but quality control is more difficult to guarantee. So establishing the expertates for the primary functions of implementation is costly and normally cannot be justified until the international operations are more mature and profitable. But sending an implementation team to the host country creates a variety of expenses and regulatory concerns. Even when the implementation has been adequately addressed, the requirement for the solid customer service raises all of the same questions again in country nations or the third country nationals. Next is Salesforce Nationality. So, as noted previously, the basic issue for the companies that sell globally is the composition of the Salesforce team in terms of nationality. It is possible to utilize the salesperson, hire host country nations, or recruit the third party country salespersons. So, the staffing decision is contingent on several factors including management's orientation, then technological sophistication of the product, and the stage of economic development exhibited by the target country. Not surprisingly, a company with an ethnocentric orientation is likely to refer expertise and adopt a standardized approach without regard to technology or level of economic development in the target country. Polycentric countries selling in developed countries should uh, opt for the sell technological sophisticated products. A host country sales force can be used when technological sophistication is lower. In the less developed countries, the host country nationals should be used for products in which technology is a factor. Host country agents should be used for low-tech products. The widest diversity of Salesforce nationality is found in a company in which a regiocentric orientation prevails, except in the case of high-tech products in developed countries. The third country nations are likely to be used in all these situations. Now, in addition to the factors just cited, the management must also weigh the advantages and disadvantages of each option. So, first, because they came from the home country, expectations often possess a high level of product knowledge and are likely to be thoroughly versed in their company's commitment to after sales service. Now, other personal, so this is one case. In global marketing, salesperson meeting and presentations typically involve people from various nationalities. This includes the expatriates from the headquarters countries, then host country nations, and third country nationals as well. So, a successful salesperson takes the time to adapt the strategy or consulting or selling models to specific selling situations. The various elements of the six-step representation plan may also need to adapted. Can you think of any characteristics of your home country recommendation patterns that may require for adaptation? So that is the question. Then next is other international personal selling approaches. So other international personal selling approaches that fall somewhere between the sales agents and the full-time employees teams include: first is exclusive license arrangement. So in which a firm will pay commissions to an in-country company's sales force to conduct the personal selling on its behalf. For example, when the Canada's regulatory agencies prevented US telephone companies from entering the market on their own, AT&T, MCI, and Sprint, and other firms crafted a series of exclusive license arrangements with Canadian telephone companies. Next is contract manufacturing or production, with a degree of personal selling made available through warehouses or showrooms that are open to the potential customers. Sears has employed this technique in various overseas markets, with the emphasis placed on the manufacturing and production, but with the understanding that opportunities for some sales result to exist. Next is management only agreements, through which a corporation will manage a foreign sales force in a mode that is similar to the franchising. Hilton Hotels has these types of agreements all over the world, not only for the hotel operations but also for personal selling efforts aimed in securing the conventions, business meetings, and large group events. Then last is joint ventures with in-country or regional partners. Because many countries place restrictions on the foreign ownership within their borders, partnership can serve as the best way for a company to obtain both personal sales capability as well as existing base of the customers. So, specific forms of marketing communication. So, the Direct Marketing Association defines direct marketing as any communication with a consumer or business recipients that is designed to generate a response in the form of order, a request for further information, or a visit to a store or other places of the businesses. Then companies use direct mail or telemarketing, then television, print, and other media to generate the response and build a database field with the purchase histories and other information about the customers. By contrast, mass marketing communications are typically aimed at broad segments of the consumers with certain demographic, psychographic, or behavioral characteristics in common. This particular table that shows the other differences between the direct marketing and regular marketing. So, direct marketing comparison with the mass marketing. So, direct marketing marketers adds value that creates place utility by arranging for delivery of products customer door. In mass marketing, product benefits do not typically include delivery to the customer's door. In direct marketing, marketers control the products all the way through the delivery. In mass marketing, marketers typically lose control as the product is tuned over distribution channel intermediaries. In direct marketing, direct response advertising is used to generate an immediate inquiry or order. Advertising is used to accumulate the effect order time to build image awareness, loyalty, and benefits recall. Here, purchase action is deferred. In direct marketing, repetition is used within the ad offer. In mass marketing, repetition is used over a period of time. Last difference point, the direct marketing customer receives or perceives high risk because the product is bought unseen. The cost may be viewed as resistance or inconvenient. In case of mass marketing, customers perceive less risk due to direct contact with the product. Resources are viewed as less distance. Although direct marketing dates back the decades, more sophisticated techniques and tools are being used today. For example, Don Papers and Martha Rogers advocates an approach known as one-to-one marketing. So, building on the notion of the CRM, that is customer relationship management, one-to-one marketing calls for treating the different customers differently based on their previous purchase history or past interactions with the company. Peebles and Rogers describe the four steps in one-to-one marketing as follows, that is shown in the figure or PPT. Identify, differentiate, interact, and customize. So identify customers and accumulate detailed information about them. Next is differentiate customers and rank them in terms of their value to the company. Next is interact with the customers and develop more cost efficient and effective forms of interactions. Last is customize the product or service offered to the customer. Example by personalizing direct mail offers. So as we ended the statement with personalized direct mail offers, what is direct mail? So direct mail uses the postal service as a vehicle for delivering a personally addressed offer to a prospect targeted by the marketer. Direct mail is popular with banks, insurance companies, and other financial service providers. As customers respond to the direct mail offers, the marketers adds information to its database. The information in turn allows the marketers to refine the subsequent offers and generate more precisely targeted list. The United States is the home of well-developed mailing list industries. A company can rent a list of target virtually any type of buyer. Naturally, the more selective and specialized the list, the more expensive it is. So, the availability of goods list and the sheer size of market are important factors in explaining why Americans receive more direct mail than anyone else. However, on a per capita basis, German consumers are world leader mail order shoppers, buying more than $500 each in the merchandising annually. Next are catalogs. So a catalog is a magazine style publication. You must have seen in if you have seen the products of Oriflame, then they provide a catalog. So catalog is a magazine style publication that features photographs, illustrations, and extensive information about the company's products. The term megalog is sometimes used to describe this communication media. The global catalog retail sector generates revenue on several hundred billion dollars each year. Catalog have a long and illustration history as a direct marketing tool in both Europe and US. The European catalog market flourished after the World War II as customers sought convenient bargain prices and access to a wide range of goods. So, historically, catalog in the United States benefited from ability to ship goods from one coast to the another and crossing the multiple state boundaries with relatively few regulatory hurdles. By contrast, the prior to advent of the single market, catalog sales in Europe were hindered by the fact that the mail order products passing through customs as national borders were subject to value added tax, that is VAT. Today, a single market means the mail order goods can move freely throughout the European Union without incurring any VAT charges. Now, next is in informational, then teleshopping and interactive television. So, informational. So, an informational is a form of paid television programming. So, this paid television programming in which a particular product is demonstrated, explained, and offered for a sale to the viewers who call a toll free number shown on the screen. So Thomas Burke, he was the president of Saatchi and Saatchi Information Divisions. He calls the informational the most powerful form of advertising ever created. The cost of producing a single commercial can reach to 3 million people or advertisers that can pay as much as 5 lakh dollar for the time slot on the US cable and satellite systems or local television system channels. Because informations are typically 30 minutes in length and often feature studio audiences, then celebrity audiences, many viewers believe that watching regular talks show type of programming, although originally associated with the personal care, fitness, and household products, such as for those of legendary direct sales pitchman, then such infomercials are grown up the markets recent years. For example, Lexus generated more than 40,000 telephone inquiries after launching its used car program with an information. So 2% of the respondents ultimately purchased the Lexus automobile. So this is effective way of communication. In Asia also, informations generate several hundreds and billions dollars in annual sale. Cost for the late night time slot changes from 1 lakh dollar in Japan to 20,000 in Singapore. Informations are also playing a part in the development of the China's market. The government has given the blessings by allowing the China Central Television, the state-run channel, to air commercials on informations and give Chinese customers access to the Western goods. Despite of low capita income, the Chinese customers are thought to achieve the savings as rate as 40% because of the housing and healthcare are provided by the state. So next is teleshopping. So informational teleshopping and interactive television we are talking about. So next is teleshopping. With the teleshopping, home shopping channels such as QVC and home shopping networks (HSN), uh, they take the informational concept to the next step. The round-the-clock programming is exclusively dedicated to the product demonstration and selling. Worldwide, the home shopping is multi-billion dollar industry. The leading home shopping channels are also leveraging the internet. For example, in addition to the operating home shopping channels in the United States. The China, German, and Japan HNS Corporation, etc., also offer an online shopping experiences at www.hsn.com. So next is the interactive television. So industry observes the export to popularity of the home shopping to increase during the next few years of the interactive television or ITV or T-commerce. So interactive television technology is introduced in more households. As the term implies, ITV allows television viewers to interact with the programming and content that they are viewing. ITV has a greater presence in Europe than in United States. In United Kingdom alone, more than half of the all the paid TV subscribers make use of ITV services. So the remote control units provided by the paid television services providers in the United Kingdom has a red button that viewers press to order the products from the home shopping channels. They choose the different camera angles during the sports broadcast, vote during the audience participations, such as Big Brother, in order to in or by order free samples of advertised products. So interactive television is a lot more unproven and unstated, and it is calculated risk for us. We have to do this kind of things to learn if it is successful or not. So next concept is support media. Traditional support media includes transit and billiard advertisement. So most of the parts of the world's outdoor advertisement. So the expenditure for outdoor advertisement and percentage. So in France it is 11.7%. In UK it is 5.8%. Worldwide it is 5.9%. In Spain it is 5.4%. So governments in China and other emerging markets adds mass transportation systems and build that improve their highways infrastructure and all. So Japan's population relies heavily on the public transportations. The average Tokyo resident spends 70 minutes commuting to work, consequently spending on outdoor and transit advertisement in Japan is much higher than in other countries. An estimated 4.4 billion annual expenditure on outdoor media amounts as much as 12% of the total advertisement spending. Next is sponsorship. Sponsorship is we are talking about global marketing communication decisions. So sponsorship is an increasingly popular form of marketing communication, whereby a company pays a fee to have its name associated with a particular event. So DLF presents IPL that you know. That was they were sponsorship of the uh, IPL event or FIFA World Cup. So FIFA sponsored the football event, that is Football World Cup. So that is the particular event or maybe team or athletic associations or sports facilities and so on. So sponsorship combines elements of PR and sales promotion. From a PR perspective, sponsorship generally ensures that a corporate or brand name will be mentioned numerous times by on air or public address communicators and all. The large scale events also draw considerable media attention that typically includes the typical and multiple mentions of the sponsoring company or brands in a news response or the news reports to talk the shows. Because event sponsorship typically provides the numerous contact points with the large number of people, it is a perfect vehicle for sampling and other sales promotional opportunities. Olympic Games or World Cup Soccer sponsorship can help companies to reach a global audience. Sponsors are also drawn to professional team sports car racing, maybe hot air balloons competitions, then music concerts, and other events that appeal to the national or the regional audiences as well. Next, we'll talk about product placement, motion pictures, television shows, and public figures. So companies can achieve a unique kind of exposure by using the product placement, arranging for their products and brand names to appear in the popular television programs or maybe movies and other types of performances. Marketers can also lend to uh, donate the products or celebrities or their public figures. So this tactics is especially popular with the auto manufacturers and fashion designers and often used in conjunction with the popular annual television events such as academic awards or maybe musical Grammy awards that garner the media attention. For example, Castlett Atkinson is a lifestyle entertainment manager for Audi. Her job is to create a buzz by ensuring that vehicles such as Audi uh, A8L and 12-cylinder A8L and Asset Sports sedan figures in the paparazzi photos. For the premium of Superman Returns in 2006, the Atkinson arranges for 35 audits to the Kevin Sufe and the stars for the particular event. So worldwide audience figures for a blockbuster movie hit can equal tens of millions of people. In many instances, the product placements generate considerable media interest and result in the additional publicity. So we are moving towards the last part, that is summary. So we can summarize this simple and easy to understand chapter of global marketing communication, basically talking about the various sales promotions and advertisement activities. So sales promotion in any paid short-term communication program that adds tangible values to a product or brand. Consumer sales promotions are targeted at the ultimate customers. Trade sales promotions are used in business to business marketing. Sampling gives prospective customers to a chance to try a product or service at no cost. A coupon is a certificate that entitles the bearer to a price reduction or other value enhancing considerations when purchasing a particular product or service. Personal selling is personal selling is a face-to-face communication between a prospective buyer and a company representative. The strategic or consultative selling model that is widely used in the United States is also being utilized worldwide. The model's five strategic steps call for developing a personal selling philosophy, a relationship strategy, a product strategy, and customer strategy and presentation strategy. We have seen the six steps in the presentation plan are approach, presentation, demonstration, negotiation, close, and servicing the sale. The successful global selling may require adoption of one or more steps in the presentation plan. In additional consideration in the global selling is the composition of the sales force, which may include expatriates, host country natives, and sales agents. Several other forms of communication can be used in global marketing. These include direct marketing, a measurable system that uses one or more media to start or complete a sale. One marketing is an updated approach to direct marketing that calls for treating each element in a distinct way based on his or her previous purchase history or past interactions with the company. We have seen various forms like direct mail, catalogs, informations, then teleshopping and interactive televisions are most of the direct marketing tools that have been successfully used on a global basis. Global marketers frequently try to place their products in the blockbuster movies that will reach to the global audiences. Sponsorships and product placements are also becoming vital communication tools that can be used on a global basis. Few questions for discussion questions. Briefly review how the main uh, tools of the sales promotion, that is sampling and coupling, can be used in global markets. What are the issues or problems can arise with different country markets? What potential environment challenges must be taken into account for a company that uses personal selling as a promotional tool outside a home country? Identify the 6 steps in the strategic consultative selling model and the outline 6-step presentation plan. Do these steps have the global applicability, or 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 are they used only for selling in the home country market? What special challenges face a sales representative outside his or her home country? A few questions more. How does the management's orientation, that is ethnocentric, polycentric, or regiocentric, correlates with the decisions about the Salesforce nationality? What are other factors that affect the Salesforce composition? What role does the marketing have in a global company's promotional mix? Name the 3 companies that have successfully used the direct mail or other forms of direct response advertising. What are the informational sponsorship and product placement growing in important for global marketers? So with this, we have finished today's session.